my name's Grandad.
Hello everybody and welcome back to this week's vlog. Once I've finished snake charming this bit of conduit, I'm going to actually make a start on putting the alternator cable from the domestic alternator to the battery bank. So I'm just, as you can see, struggling a little bit with this. But yeah, I'm going to insert this bit of red flex down there, and then that's going to be attached to the alternator.
It's easier for me to hold one end.
Feel that. The reason I'm putting this cable in a bit of conduit is just to give it that bit of extra protection, because it's coming from this side of the boat, from the alternator, actually fishing underneath the engine. So I'm not going to be able to really see that very well, so this is just to give that cable a bit more protection. So we've run the alternator from the domestic alternator, which is this one, in a cable with this conduit on it, and that goes all the way around now to its own fuse, mega fuse sat just there, and then goes off to the buzz bar. So when obviously when the alternator's running, it's fused and it goes through to the buzz bar, charges the batteries up. So it's protected with that fuse there, and then the outgoing is protected with that bigger fuse just there. And that's to comply with RCD until you have to put
You have to have a fuse in.
fuse on there, which people say do, don't, but we've looked into it, and to comply with RCD, that's what you have to do. So that's what we've gone with. So now we've got all the 5 batteries connected to this buzz bar.
People don't know what RCD is. It's recreational
Craft
directive. Yeah.
Do
You have to have that for your BSS. I should imagine you do.
Yeah. Older boats don't, do they?
Oh, don't they?
No. It's newer stuff.
That's another job ticked.
Yeah, so we don't have to go into there anymore at the moment. Pull that back on there for now, temporary, can't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we grounded that shunt from the outside, from the system side of the shunt. That comes round here down to the ground peg on the engine mount down here. So that you've got your starter battery alternator engine and stuff grounded there, and then the batteries bank is onto there, and then the 240. But
Okay.
yeah, wait for the comments.
What does this big red thing come on?
That red cable there is going to be going to this fuse just there.
Okay.
The reason I haven't connected it at the moment is because I need to pull this, take this off to put another cable in that goes into the boat.
Right.
So until I've done that, I don't want to connect that up, because otherwise it means me faffing around with that.
Yeah.
So I'll just take these screws off and bolt another cable into there, and then take that through into the boat to go to the inverter and stuff. So everything will be isolated from that.
We've got the stuff to go around the exhaust.
Yeah.
We've just got to get some wire, haven't we? We've got the cable ties.
Got the metal cable ties, yeah. I just want to wrap it with some wire around it before we cable tie it.
So that'll probably go in next week.
Nice blue to match the engine.
Nice Queen's Park Rangers colour.
Rangers colours.
I suggested a white strap going around the middle of each blue. Got some nice hoops there, but
You have to draw the line somewhere, don't you?
couldn't get away with that one.
No. So they're all just temporary. Well, not temporary, but they're permanent. But they haven't been tied up with cable ties or supported or protected at the moment. That one hasn't. But I'll do that finally when
When everything's in.
everything's in and running. There's no point doing that until that's done.
Before we put any cables and pipes and everything through these two holes that we made from the engine bay into the cabin, we're going to protect that hole. So the first thing we did was sealed up the foil, the silver foil, and we've just put the silver tape over and stuck it onto the ply. That sort of like seals that area from any moisture, and then the gap in between we filled with spray foam, and just using a ducting pipe as the main protector. You won't see any of that. It'll have a cover over it when it's finished. And then Ada's back in the engine bay, putting the, what's that called? It's like fiberglass wrap.
Exhaust wrap.
Yeah, exhaust wrap. He gave up on the bit underneath. He tried, done the rest, and then I just went in and just tidied up the other bit, so you can't see all that properly. But yeah.
Wrapping all the way around the top of the this exhaust bandage with a metal wire, and that's just to sort of try and stop the bandage from the exhaust wrap, or whatever you want to call it, from unravelling at any time. But also on top of that, as you can see, with using the metal like cable ties as well, so just to be a bit doubly safe really.
I think he found his new best friend with them metal cable ties. I think he got a bit carried away, and I did warn him to put gloves on. He tried putting them on, then said he weren't going to put them on anymore, but I knew he might regret it later on.
Do you want me to mark it?
Fell off it. It's just that side.
now.
Yeah. Hold on.
Top one.
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a look. I couldn't see if it was.
Yeah. See it there.
Yeah.
No. It should be a similar height from the ceiling, shouldn't they?
Yeah. Is the width apart? Is the.
Yeah. Right, let's move this out of the way. Need to get a drill now.
So this week we're going to make a start on the electrical cupboard, which really start off with is going to be mounting all the electrical components really.
Yeah, we spent ages just trying to work out where things could go, where you couldn't put the 240 and 12 volt together and
Yeah.
couldn't be near the gas pipes,
It
and
took us about 3 years to decide on where they were going, but we've got there in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is coming over as close to there as
I
possible,
need
is
to
it?
get cables down the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, starting about here somewhere then.
Yeah.
That should be alright then.
All right. Want to come over a bit more? Is that all right? Yeah. Happy?
Yeah. Delirious. Glad it's not a 3,000 watt one because I've lifted at my age. My condition.
Don't panic. The gas pipe is going to be covered.
We'll cover it with cables.
Tinsel.
Yeah, highly conductive stuff. High voltage stuff. Should we go for these? Hopefully in the right place, yeah?
Yeah. It did feel like anything moved when I ran on.
All the cables are going to be fitted onto the surface or surface mounted on show, just purely and simply so that when we can get to them in future they're easy accessible, and also this cupboard is solely going to be for an electric cupboard. The big silver box there is the travel pack, which is providing us with a 240 when the engine's running, when we're cruising, and the blue box obviously is the Victron inverter, and we've gone for a 1600 watt inverter purely and simply because we've got this travel pack as well, so we don't need to have a huge inverter because all our 240 main usage will be coming through the travel pack.
kept the base of this cupboard the same as on the other side of the boat, our airing cupboard on top of the chlorifier. We've kept them as like battens going across, so there's airflow from underneath going up into the electric cupboard. We want to try and use the whole of the cupboard, so these slats will be used as well.
Because the gas pipe runs through this cupboard, we need to get that covered and sealed in so that it's not anywhere near any of the electrical wires. So we're fitting a box in all the way down the wall and across that horizontal run there as well. These are actually going to be removable so that there's a test point behind this one I'm just removing the cover for, but also the BSS is a requirement that they have to visibly see all the pipework anyway.
And this piece is going to be put in with magnets, and the piece running across we're actually screwing in, but the screws are on the outside, so it's easy to take that off, and hopefully that'll keep it all secure in there.
I'll do, won't it? Covers that up, and then you can still get to that test point then, can't you? If ever you need to.
And that it just clips on and off. Put the things on. Yeah. So BSS can see it all. They can see it running down here once we've got that bit on. And under there. So you've got magnets on that side.
There.
Yeah.
They're going to fasten to the
They're going to be magnets on this one now.
Yeah, I think so. That goes up there, on there, on that. That's screwed to the wall there.
This box is for the RCD, but you'll probably see me fit that in next week's vlog.
AC in, AC out, and then that little screw goes through and holds them in place underneath.
Okay.
So
That little tiny screw.
that little tiny screw, that's where that's going to end up.
Yeah. Have you got something underneath to catch it?
The mouth. selector switch, which is going to be mounted here somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that cable there's got to go to that. So do we go up and over and round, or do we go... Well, you can go that way because the 12 volts coming out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can't go along the gas.
So I'll have to come around here like that. So. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to hold it in place there, eh?
I'll just try and roughly get an idea of the length before I can cut it. Hopefully. Oh, wrong end. Right, so we've just rigged this temporary just to see if the depth fits right in the cupboard and stuff. This is going to be altered eventually, but yeah. So we've got
I like it like that.
Yeah, we've got this changeover switch. So because we've got the travel pack and inverter, we need to be able to isolate both of them. So we've gone for a three-way one. So you've got off 1, 2 and 3, but I'm only going to be using 1 and 3, so that I've got a permanent, there's a break between those two connections, so it goes to like another off if you like. So we're going to hopefully have the inverter on 1 and the travel pack when the engine's running on 3. So I'm just working out which is what connection on here, because there's like 16 connections on the back of there. So I'm just going to do like a continuity check on it.
Do you need me to hold it while you...
Yeah, so I'm just going to find out which is 1 on there.
Is it easier for me to have one of the probes and then
You can do, yeah.
just...
So according to the instructions, we want to find out which is 1. So we're going to, if we put that in number 2, and if Ailey buzzes into number 1, it should buzz. Yeah. So that is the live from position 1 on there. So we're going to have ours going into 1 for the shore power. 1 for the inverter, sorry. So that's going to be our inverter on 1. Number 1. Number 2 we're not going to use, but we'll just make sure we've got the right connections for that. And that should be number 4 and number 1 again, H. You'll be always on number 1. Yeah, just keep that on there a minute, H. And then it starts buzzing because it's broke that switch.
Okay.
Right, and if I go number 6, that one, to number 1.
Yeah, just do it so it's in the...
6.
And this one, number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's 3. So that's going to be the travel pack and that's going to be off. Okay, so now we know we're going to wire our inverter into number 1, nothing into number 2 because that's going to be a break, and then our travel pack will go into 3, which we know the connections for that are 6 and 1, and then the neutrals obviously they just buzz out as well. We'll just do the neutral on the, try the neutral on number 1. So the neutral should be number 10 and number 9 on your side, H. So number 10.
Number 9. if you can't see it on there, there's some like little numbers where which one it is. So this is number 9.
Yeah, just try it on 3 on. So that should be 14 and 9. That's 14 and 9 on your side H. If I go round to 3 it should buzz. Yeah, that's it. Right, so we know exactly what the live and neutrals are going to go into here, but the earths obviously don't go into here. They're going to go into a separate terminal strip just here for the earths.
Yeah.
Switch that off. So that's that sorted. We know exactly what we're wiring to now.
Okay.
All the earth connections from the rotary switch are going to go into this terminal block, and just to give it a little bit more protection we decided to wrap it in a bit of heat shrink. And Ailey said that I took longer doing this than I do wrapping my presents up, but I don't think that's really true.
It did.
My fabric scissors are no longer able to be used for fabric.
Needs must, dear.
Because Grandad.
Nice scissors though.
Yeah. They were to be used on fabric again.
I'll heat that up and see if I can bend them over and melt them around like that.
Yeah. How are you going to make the holes?
With a hole maker.
Don't tell me. Probably my knitting needles or something.
Probably your best
Yeah, my best sewing equipment.
plucking things. Yeah, your best sewing equipment.
Plucking things.
Yeah, that's what we use now. Still can do this without burning my fingers. This could be an old different vlog.
Just don't burn me flowers.
that's the earth connections put into that terminal strip block. All that's left to do now is to connect the main feed from this rotary switch going back up towards the and connecting into the consumer unit.
1 and 9.